Fans of the bold and the beautiful, get ready, because Monday's episode will unleash one of the most explosive confrontations we've seen in years. Taylor, heartbroken and humiliated after Ridge cancels their engagement, is about to snap, and Brooke is standing directly in her line of fire. This isn't just jealousy. This is years of betrayal, resentment, and heartbreak boiling over, and when Taylor's fury erupts, Brooke won't see the first blow coming. It all unravels in a moment that Taylor Hayes will never forget. Just days ago, she was picturing herself walking down the aisle, every detail of her wedding to Ridge Forrester locked in her mind like a promise finally coming true after decades of longing. The dresses were chosen, the flowers envisioned, and the future felt secure. Finally, this time, she would be the one. But in the blink of an eye, Ridge shatters it all. No warning. No gentle let up, just a cold, heartbreaking confession. He can't marry her. The reason? His heart has wandered back to Brooke Logan, yet again. For fans who've followed Taylor's journey since Rebecca Budig stepped into the role, this is especially gut-wrenching. We've seen Taylor weather near-death experiences, family betrayals, and even a terrifying health crisis when she was diagnosed with broken heart syndrome, a real and dangerous condition triggered by emotional devastation. Ridge was there for her then, holding her hand, promising he'd never cause her that kind of pain again. And now, he's done exactly what he swore he wouldn't. This time, the damage cuts deeper, because it's not just a broken promise, it's the destruction of her dream at the very moment she thought it was finally in reach. At first, Taylor tries to cling to reason. She tells herself that Ridge must be caught up in the heat of the moment in Italy. After all, saving Brooke from drowning, feeling her in his arms, those are intense emotions. Maybe he's just confusing gratitude and nostalgia for love. Maybe, if she gives him space, he'll see that what they have is worth holding on to. But then the details start pouring in, and each one hits Taylor like a blow to the chest. It wasn't just a rescue, it was a passionate, lingering kiss. It was whispered words only lovers exchange. And worst of all, it was the unmistakable look in Ridge's eyes, the one that says you're the only one I see. Except this time, that look wasn't for her, it was for Brooke. Something inside Taylor snaps. The ache in her chest transforms into a wildfire of anger. This isn't just about losing Ridge today. It's about every single time Brooke has stood in her way and walked away victorious. It's about decades of swallowing pride, smiling through humiliation, and telling herself she could be the bigger person. Not this time. This time, the heartbreak sharpens into fury. And that fury is looking for an outlet. Taylor doesn't wait. She seeks Brooke out, her mind racing with every betrayal she's endured. At first, it's words, sharp, bitter, and unstoppable. She accuses Brooke of stealing, of manipulating, of playing the eternal victim while snatching away the things Taylor loves most. Her voice rises, her hands start to move, her body leaning in with every angry sentence. Then, it happens, the moment where fury spills over the edge. A shove, not calculated, not planned, but born out of pure, unfiltered rage. Brooke stumbles back, eyes wide, stunned by the physicality of Taylor's outburst. But Taylor isn't done. Years of pent-up resentment fuel her next move, closing the gap again, her voice cracking with both anger and pain. This isn't a polished, composed Taylor. This is a woman stripped bare by betrayal, past the point of caring about the Forrester name, public image, or even the possible consequences. All she can see is Brooke, the rival who has haunted her love life, and the deep satisfaction of finally fighting back. The scene will be raw, chaotic, and unforgettable. Brooke, torn between defending herself and trying to defuse the situation, will be left shaken, humiliated, and perhaps even a little afraid. And if Ridge walks in at that exact moment, the fallout could ripple through every Forrester, Logan, and beyond. When the dust finally settles, the air will still be electric with shock. Taylor's outburst will not simply be a fleeting moment of anger. It will become a defining event in her story, a turning point that could obliterate any possibility of reconciliation with Ridge. The fallout will ripple fast. Word of the confrontation will spread like wildfire through the Forrester and Logan families. Whispered conversations will turn into heated debates in the Forrester Creations office and around the Spencer dinner table. Friends and family members will be forced to choose sides, with some defending Taylor as a woman pushed past her limits, and others condemning her for crossing a line no one expected her to cross. The centuries-old Forrester-Logan rivalry, already a tinderbox of resentment, will be reignited into a full-scale war. Old grudges will be dragged back into the light, and every past betrayal will be weaponized again. Even those who weren't directly involved will feel the pressure to declare allegiance, deepening the fractures in a community already built on shifting alliances. For Taylor, there is no erasing what she has done. The woman once admired for her poise, intellect, and composure will now be remembered for the moment she lost all control, when her heartbreak erupted into physical fury. No matter how many apologies she offers or explanations she gives, this act will live on as a permanent scar on her reputation. And for Brooke, this attack will be added to the long, complicated history she carries, a history of surviving rivalries, outlasting scandals, and enduring the wrath of women who couldn't bear to lose to her. But Brooke's survival has never been about passivity. If Taylor thinks Brooke will simply retreat, she's in for another fight. Because Brooke Logan knows how to turn a personal attack into public sympathy, and she's mastered the art of spinning the narrative in her favor. So, bold and beautiful fans, the question now is, was this explosion inevitable? After decades of love triangles, betrayals, and heartbreak, did Taylor finally have the right to let Brooke have it? Or did she cross a dangerous line that will define her forever? And what about Ridge? When he sees the woman he once promised to cherish lashing out in violence, will it break whatever lingering bond they have left? Or could guilt over causing her pain pull him back into her orbit, even for a moment? The battlefield is set. Lines have been drawn. Friendships, family ties, and even business alliances are about to be tested in ways none of them saw coming. In Los Angeles, love triangles don't just break hearts, they ignite wars. And when the smoke clears, the landscape of the bold and the beautiful may never look the same again. Share your predictions in the comments below. Do you think this is the end for Taylor and Ridge, or just another chapter in a rivalry that will outlast them all? Hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and ring the bell so you never miss a moment of the chaos. Trust me, after this week, you won't want to blink.